Now, investing back home in Kenya has been a hot button issue for diasporans in the US. Now, hundreds of scams targeting diaspora Kenyans have left scars and people's confidence shaken. Now, to help address these concerns, an investment coalition dubbed the One Voice Consortium is set to host a one-of-a-kind Diaspora Investor Expo in Washington, D.C. Now, the expo, scheduled for Friday, May the 5th to Sunday, the 7th, will be hosting Kenyans in the diaspora and foreign investors looking for business opportunities between the U.S. and Kenya. Now, expected speakers in the event include the PS for Diaspora Affairs, Ms. Rosalind Jogu, Kenyan Ambassador to the U.S., Balozi Lazarus Amayo, and Deputy Assistant U.S. Trade Representative for Africa, Mr. Bennett Harmon. Also expected to attend are Governor Mutahi Kahiga from Nyeri County, Governor Irungu Kangata from Murang'a County, and Richard Ngatia from the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce. Now, early bird registration is currently ongoing at onevoiceconsortium.org for both event and accommodation, so make sure you get your tickets. Again, the website is onevoiceconsortium.org. Registration is going on for both event and accommodation, so make sure you get your tickets. And to help us maybe get more details regarding the upcoming expo in the One Voice, or rather, to help us, get details regarding the upcoming expo is the One Voice Consortium President, Dr. Robert Shuri, all the way from Ohio. And to assist him is OVC's Director of Outreach, Ms. Joy Gashuga, right here live in studio with us. And we also expect to have Kenyan Consul General in LA, Ambassador Big Ted, joining us later. But now, with all protocols observed, I will start with the President, Dr. Robert Shuri, who's joining us via Zoom from Ohio. Robert, karibu sana. Sijui kama unatusikia, Robert?
Yes, nawasikia sana, One Mic Studio.
Okay.
Mr. Ali Badawi.
Okay, thank you so much. And we can hear you loud and clear. We like the sound system of where you are. Now, first of all, tell us, how is everything in Ohio, and maybe what part of Ohio are you from? For those of us who are maybe a little bit familiar with the state of Ohio. Dr. Shuri.
Thank you, Ali Badawi and the team there at One Mic Studio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Columbus, Ohio, which is the capital of Ohio in this Midwest state.
Okay. All right. And how's everything there? Weather kuko vipi? Watu wako vipi? Wanasema vipi huko?
The weather is good. Hapa ni kidogo kuna kama rasha kidogo hivi.
Mm-hmm.
But the day has been good. We are hoping that the spring comes up with all the good things.
Okay.
And we continue to enjoy the weather.
Is he a Browns fan?
Okay.
Or Cincinnati Bengals?
I don't know. I don't know whether there's any Browns fans in Columbus.
Cleveland, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Ohio.
Okay. Yeah.
So they have the Browns or
okay.
the Bengals. So I don't know.
It's okay. That's not Ali's language.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Ohio is one big state to me. You know the way Wazungu see Africa as one big place. When you have a cousin in, when you have someone in Nigeria, you're telling a Kenyan, I have a friend in Nigeria. That's how I see Ohio. But Ohio is a very interesting state. Ohio is a very interesting state. I've traveled there a couple of times, and it's one of those places where you see America changing. But Cleveland, Ohio, I think is less than 5 hours from where we are right here, but an entirely different place. I advise people to go to Ohio, see something different. But getting back to what brought us here today, now, Dr. Shuri, recently in the news, the American Chamber of Commerce officials were in Kenya meeting with President Ruto. Now, before we get started on One Voice Consortium, briefly tell us why the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is making a big push in the United States. Dr. Shuri.
Thank you. One Mic Studio, led by Mr. Ali Badawi. Now, to answer your question, really, as you know, the Chamber of Commerce is throughout the world try to always champion the interests of their member organizations and in the countries where they live. So the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, from what is known in the public domain, were in Kenya and Tanzania on March 28th to 1st of April and they went with them almost with 30 plus executives from US to kind of advance the interests of their people who are in various sectors, and also commercial interests, and also ensuring that they garner interest for investments in Africa and investment, especially in that part of the world. And more importantly, they were showcasing US businesses in terms of the products that they have and the services that they offer. I believe that is what they were out there to do. Of course, we in Kenya are particularly interested in them coming because we are also involved in some ongoing US and Kenya free trade agreements.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Because we saw this in the news and we were just a little bit curious, why they picked Kenya. But I think we're gonna touch on that later, and I want to welcome Owor Were, karibu sana, Sleo Dwor, karibu.